Scene 5. Home Sweet Home. Oh, do I have to press? I do. Okay, I was waiting for it to, like, fade away. This is the place. For sure. Could this be his house? Excuse me, can I have a second? What? Ain't seen you around here? Going for a stroll? Yeah. No, actually. I mean, no. Who lives here? Do you know them? Oh, you mean Mrs. What? McGahan? I don't know. McGahan? Someone named McGahan lives here? Not anymore. Mrs. McGahan passed away last year. The house has been neglected ever since. Waste of a fine house, it is. Oh yeah, I think she had a son. Wish she'd just rent out or sell the house. Do you know anything about her son? Nah, never seen him. I only moved here a few years back. Heard he lives in an apartment a ways away. I see. He's probably referring to our apartment. That all? I gotta get home by daybreak or my wife will be livid. It's good to take a walk in the morning, but it's sure cold. Don't catch a cold or nothing. Yes, thank you. You too. Well, time to break in. Mailbox says McGahan or whatever. Must have been the resident's name. It's locked. What about under... Yeah, I gotta find the key. The secret key. In one of these places. Right? Right? I assume it's something like that. Or maybe there's just like a door around back that would be open. Oh, I'm blocked off that way. Okay, what about the table? I didn't press the table or anything. Nothing in the mailbox, right? Yeah. Well, I can't actually go to the back, and I've pressed on like everything, and there's nothing, so... What, could I just leave? How about to the right? Can I leave to the right? No. I'm pressing on the floor everywhere. Thinking maybe I can find something. This is not looking hopeful. Yeah, I'm not finding anything right now. These planters are just empty. There's nothing in these bushes. The trees block off the back, so it can't be anything back there. The mailbox, it just says their name. Do I have anything? Any items? What bloody key? Is it the bloody key? Okay, got it. Usually when you have a key and you try to use it on a door, it just automatically does it. But yeah, a shoe shelf, lots of musty women's shoes. Shards from a broken mirror. There it is. A wash basin. The mirror has a big crack in it. Shards from a broken mirror, right. The bathwater is muddy. It smells bizarre. Gross. Should probably save up to this point, too. Okay, more glass. Oh, it won't even let me walk over it. Okay. Maybe I can find something here. TV's a big crack in the screen. Found a notebook scrap. Let's read that. Zoom and enhance, please. I recalled the rhyme of the crooked man. All he could do was live in a crooked house with a cat and mouse just as crooked. I was the same way. Everything I wished for ended up crooked. My dreams, my love, even my family. How did the crooked man live? Was he sorrowful in the depths of despair? Such a life has no meaning. What's this thing? An old telephone. Okay. So I don't think there's anything else of significance in that room. Hey, another notebook. Or nope. Yeah, notebook scrap, rather. Let's see what it is. The hotel, the school, the hospital. It was the same at all of them. My saddest memories wouldn't go away. Yeah. Why would your sad memories go away if you go to the places where the sad memories are? Are you stupid? I don't know. Writing wouldn't calm down my heart. In the end, my festering heart just oozes more, and I tear up the paper. Mine is an empty existence. I have nothing to leave behind, not even words. That's not true. That's a blatant lie. You've left behind plenty of words. Why do you lie to me? Let's go up the stairs. See if there's anything here. I did see a notebook scrap up ahead, but we'll check the rooms first, you know. Wish we were a little faster than that. Why? No. Cool. A fallen radio. I don't think there... Did it stop me, or... There's a strange voice coming from the radio. That's weird. Okay. Ignoring that. Notebook scrap. Out of cigarettes. I need a smoke. Hey, good news. I have cigarettes. I've had them from the start. As in the game, not me. I don't smoke. A ladder. Looks like it goes to the attic, but the door doesn't open. Okay. Interesting enough. So we still have one other room out here, the one up to the right. So we'll check that out. What's this on the bed? A black covered notebook. The rule on this notebook matches the scraps I have. Makes sense. Combined all the scraps into the notebook. There's a name on this. Duke. Okay. That means nothing to me. I don't think it's supposed to, but yeah. There's almost nothing in the desk. A deflated volleyball sits on top. I don't like the sound of that crying. If I were David, I'd ask them to go and just stop it so I could sleep. Alright, let's head back to the ladder over here and see if it'll... Oh, look. It's the Crooked Man. Hi. Ah! Crooked Man. It is I, David. I can't go over to your side of the table. It's dangerous there. He's up there, isn't he? Then I'll be going there. This will be the end. Here we go. I can't shoot over the table. Or this? Really? Great, the screaming hurts me. Ow! Ow! So does the punching. Ah! Ow. Nope. Just run a little bit. He's gonna scream again, but... Should be it. So he's dead. I mean, you know, he's dead. He's temporarily disposed of. I'm not going to be like you. You won't catch me. As much misery as I encounter, as painful and bloody as it might be, I'll keep living. So, you know, be gone, I guess. And he fades away, just like that. Alright. Screw you, Crooked Man. Now it's all bright and holy. Alright, we'll just sail over that. Door to the attic, you might be able to pry it open. Yeah, do it. Let's go see. Duke, yep. You see the shadow up there. I was gonna say, you don't need to see anymore. We all understand it, but there it is. Yep, the crooked man. You detested me. Though I lived such a similar life, you hated how I lived comfortably. So you wanted to drag me down to take me with you. But didn't you want to be saved deep down? So you called me? No, that's not right. You were trying to help me, to tell me, don't come the way I've come. Thank you. Nothing will make you suffer anymore. Where you're going, it's a good place, so... Are you sure about that, David? Now you can rest in peace. I mean, if you're saying that someone's going somewhere after death, that implies, you know, religious stuff, right? And basically with that, there's like either heaven or there's hell, right? Like, to be really basic about it. At least in most religions that I'm familiar with, you know, that would involve this kind of things. It's like, is he going to a good place? Because he, you know, kind of tried to kill me, I guess. Anyway, I'll watch the ending. Why not? Wow, sounds like a real ordeal, David. I mean, finding a corpse while you're on a trip? But it sounds like it ended up alright. I'll go get you some tea. He was beaten by the crooked man. He was dragged to the other side. The crooked man was always right behind me. I realized he was there. Every time I was sad, I felt like he was whispering to me. I knew if I acknowledged it, I was done for, so I tried not to think about it. If all this hadn't happened, I think sooner or later, I'd take his same path. I mean, yeah, you did try to shoot yourself on the rooftop. Thinking of it that way, he really did save me. Always such an easy target, aren't ya? That's why you got dragged into this. It's fine, the crooked man is gone. I killed him. And then I said, "Begone!" And he was all like, "Ah!" Hello? Is it Shirley? Is it about Mom? It's one of those two, right? Huh? Oh, okay. I'll head right there. Yeah, go see her. David, what's up? Who was it? The hospital. Mom's condition took a turn. They're preparing to do the operation. That means a good turn, right? I mean, usually when you say that it's bad, but I thought they weren't doing the operation, like, until it was, I don't know. Anyway, take my bike. It'll be faster. You gotta go. Don't sit there staring. Doctor, Mom's condition. To be honest, this is rather risky. Removing the tumor isn't too difficult, but she might not have the strength to... Doctor, please, my mom. She's the only family I have, please. Sign this. We're getting ready now. We'll do the best job we can. Okay. You know, if nothing else, I can say, like, at least, yeah, they're giving this bit conclusion. You know, they're tying up this loose end. Or I guess they're tying it up before it became a loose end, you know what I mean? Doctor, Mom, you know. The tumor was successfully removed. Yay! She's still sleeping now. We might have a chance if she wakes up. Yeah. Tonight will be the biggest hurdle. Have faith in her. Well, there she is. And I'm still, you know, not in control or anything, so... Just staring at the wall. David? She's awake! Mom! Mom, oh thank God. You woke up. You really... I felt like I was in darkness. I was scared, screaming. I must have worried you. You did, several times, yes. And those things I did to you, I'm so sorry. It was hard, wasn't it? It was very hard. That's why I tried to strangle you. It's okay, it's okay. You helped me open my eyes. Mom, I was so unhappy. I was always just struggling to be happy. But I didn't give my mother the happiness she needed, and after all the hardship I'd given her, I foolishly doubted, thought I wasn't loved, wasn't needed. That's why I... Do you hate me for it? Don't be silly, David. Indeed, you and I both. It's hard to say we were always happy. But even in sad times, you were always honest. You lived a straight and honest life. I was so proud of you. Having you as a son was my greatest happiness. Don't focus on the sad things, and I'm sure you'll notice all the happiness hiding around you. Davy, I'm thirsty. Can you bring me some water? Aw, don't die while I'm gone. Sure, just a second. What a dick. Way to go, game. I mean, I absolutely called it, but yeah. Here you go, Mom. Mom? Yep. Well, that sucks. That really sucks. What more can you... Hey, David, glad you're finally on the road back to happiness. Hope you don't need your mother anymore. She got a good funeral. I'm sure your mother's happy now. You gotta be tired, huh, David? You okay? She told me she was happy in the end. Hey, you know, that's something. If I'm going to live without blaming myself, those words are going to help a lot. Good. I'm glad they'll help you. It's fine if I have to suffer, if I can be smiling in the end. David. Marion, why are you... Shirley, why are you... Hey, Shirley, I still ain't forgiven you. How dare you give David the cold shut... What was that sound effect? Ahem, we're going. Okay, stop pinching me. David, I heard about your mother. So you brought flowers, Shirley? Mom always liked you, so I bet she's glad. Thanks. David, I was uneasy. I can imagine. I got unsure of where I was going, worried that the road I was walking would be full of twists and turns. So I took it out on you and your kindness. You never let me down, but how did I repay you? I'm really the worst of the worst. You did seem pretty bad from that brief, flashback we had. I'm sorry, maybe this is too late, but... David, if it's okay with you, would you like to... order a pizza sometime? David? I'm sorry, please, don't cry. No, I'm not sad, I'm just... Even though my dreams were crushed and I just lost my only family. I'm just so happy you came back. Aw, look at him being dependent on her. Sure, Shirley, I'll take you back. It's okay, Shirley. However off-kilter things get, we can set them straight, if that's what we want. David. Aww? Question mark? You know what I think? What, Shirley? The crooked man had a crooked body and only crooked things, or maybe that's David talking. What, David? But I'm sure he was happy living in his crooked house. Oh, was the thing that Fluffy's saying not actually how it went then? Because no, he was very sad living in the crooked house. If that was an actual continuation, then no, he was very sad. But I clearly don't know it. Oh, Duke. That was Duke's grave, and he put his cigarettes down. Okay. First I just assumed that was his mom's, so I'm like, why'd you leave your cigarettes? I hope to see you again. Wait, to whom are you speaking? Duke? You want to see Duke again? Do you want to see Mom again? Who do you want to see again, David? Until then, rest in peace. Yeah, you visited Duke's grave. Why are you saying that to Duke and not your mom? Or if he is saying that to his mom, they did a terrible job of I got the good end, I guess, by Blackbird. But, like, is that the true ending? Is there a difference? Is it just either good or bad? Interesting. Okay, while these credits are rolling, I'm actually gonna go Google that really quickly because I'm curious. So, oh no, I can't, because if I open up... if I open up my internet browser, it'll just cover the screen, so we won't do that. Okay, so instead, we'll talk about the game. So, thankfully, this recording session was a lot better than last recording session. Last recording session was just frustration on top of frustration, pretty much, you know? Just lots of, you know, the puzzles were hard, but more than that, like, the story just seemed, like, so convoluted and so, like, stupid. Honestly, like, the characters were just really dumb, and bizarrely so, you know? And things would happen that just didn't make sense to me and things like that. And then all the Crooked Man stuff, there were a lot of Crooked Man moments, you know? And those were just annoying as heck, you know? Like, they're so arbitrary in how you're supposed to get past them, how you're supposed to, like, succeed. And we didn't have a lot of those moments in this session, so that made it much better. Now... So that means that this recording sessions, you know, so these last few videos, that means the focus was really on the story. And unfortunately, I still can't really say that I enjoyed the story. I can say that the story was fine. And I can see why people would like it. I'll give it that. I can see why people would think it's good. I don't think it's good, I just think it's fine. Again, like, if this had been the first time I'd seen a story like this, maybe I'd feel differently, but I just feel like this was one presentation of a story that I've seen before, you know? Like, that kind of dealing. Or at least concepts explored, ideas, the sort of thing. Which, again, is not bad. Like, there is no originality anymore, is what I feel. I feel there's no originality, it's all just based upon how you present it. And so that's fine if I've seen a story like this before, but that's just, you know, my explanation as to why it didn't necessarily interest me as much as it may have interested other people. Because maybe I've already had these kinds of thoughts. Maybe I've already seen things like these that explored these same kinds of emotions and such. But other people clearly love this game. Thank you for playing The Crooked Man, and congrats on the good ending. Thanks. This is a bonus area. You lose access to it if you quit, so I recommend making a save. You can also begin a second playthrough here. Okay. I saved. What is this? About the series. This ends The Crooked Man, but the series continues with The Sandman, The Boogeyman, and The Hanged Man, out as of 2017. Oh wow, they're still going. I mean, hey, good for them. Please try them if you like. And if I leave? You can begin a second playthrough here. The story, battles, and branches won't change, but some events toward the end will. Give it a shot if you want. No. What events would change? Do they have they better not have, like, a true ending hidden behind a second playthrough. That would be obnoxious. I mean, I could get through it a lot faster at this point, but I still wouldn't want to play through another, like, hour's worth just to get to, you know, another ending or something like that. Yeah, so, story. I was right about, yeah, David, like, going toward the suicide angle. And I just feel like that whole bit was played out really weird. It was just, all of it was weird to me. I mean, let's just focus on what the solution was. The solution was actually punching David. Really? Okay, like, here's the defense that I'll give it. In this particular instance, we see the Crooked Man, like, holding David, encouraging him, you know, like he had his hand on David's gun hand, like holding the gun to his head kind of thing. And so sure, Paul can run up and punch the, you know, David, but trying to punch the Crooked Man kind of thing, you know, trying to get that sort of demonic possession out of him in a way. You know, at least it was some sort of evil-ish influence, you know? But if we're just talking about, like, people trying to commit suicide, I dare say that the best way to handle it is not by attacking them. You know? Like, I'm no expert. I haven't been in that situation. But I think that talking to them is a much bigger thing than just punching them, you know? Will there be exceptions? Absolutely. But it's just, and you know, maybe this game, again, was an exception, largely with the supernatural element to it. But I just feel like it's kind of a weird thing where, like, because I feel they were making a statement on it, and I don't know. I just don't know if I agree with their statement on suicide and suicide prevention and that kind of thing. I mean, you know, suicide was a pretty big thing, actually, in this. Just, especially near the end, you know, with David, with Duke, and with, you know, like, the two people, the psychiatrist and the patient at the hospital, all that stuff. And I just feel like the way that they handled it was weird. I don't want to say insensitive, I just want to say not accurate, you know? Like, I think that there was definitely an attempt there to show it care and everything. I just don't think that it was necessarily the best way that it could have been presented or with the best information. You know, like, the context of it just wasn't entirely believable to me, and I just feel like I have disagreements with some of the things there. Yeah. I'm thinking about other things. So, those projections, they weren't actually projections of David's imagination. They were ghosts, apparently. Sure. I can buy that, I guess. But, like, it seems weird because we only learned about that, like, that David had that ability at the end, right? So it's like, why bring that up? You know, why make that the thing if you're only going to reveal it at the end? But then, the fact that they're ghosts and not projections means that, sure, their consciousness can hang around in particular areas, but that means that it was just pure coincidence that David happened to run into people who helped him through various things at those exact moments in those locations, you know? He went to a hotel, and he found someone who, like, you know, there was a bit of a parallel between, like, Sissy's issue and his issue with Shirley. Alright. And he was able to, like, build up from that, you know, get a little stronger, become a little wiser, and then move on, hopefully a better person. And then there was the thing with Dee, where again, he was able to build up and move on. And then there was this thing with Fluffy, where supposedly he was able to build up and move on. I say supposedly, because then he tries to kill himself, so maybe not so much. But, you know, like, but if they're just ghosts whose consciousness happen to linger in those places, it's like, one, that just makes it entirely coincidental that David would run into them there. And two, that means that those people, I mean, like, doesn't it mean that they died there? Or I guess it doesn't necessarily mean that. But why would their consciousness be there, of all places? Unless it's like an omnipresent consciousness, or maybe not omnipresent, but it's like it could be wherever those people were, you know? Like, it's odd to me. I don't know. Yeah. And if they are ghosts, like, going back, if they are ghosts, what made them go through those, like, series of events, you know, that, like, David interacted with them? Why did the Crooked Man chase them at times? Why would he chase ghosts, you know? But, like, are they going on, just, like, on repeat? Are they looping through this series of events? Are they, like, in stasis until David or someone else were to come, and then suddenly the play button is pressed and all those interactions are genuine and everything? I don't know. It wasn't explained, I don't think, and it just seems like, I feel like it would have been much better to have them be projections of David's imagination, of his psyche or whatever, of his own consciousness, or subconsciousness, you know, than have them be ghosts. Like, that just seems bizarre, because it just brings up so many other questions. Like, it can work, but just I feel this didn't offer enough explanation as to how or why. And so I think that could have been done better. Um, what else did I have to say? I had something else. Oh, Crooked Man. I feel like the Crooked Man was Duke, you know? And I had thought about that for a while, before we ever learned Duke's name or anything like that. But the person that David was going after, I think at the hotel was the first time I'd thought of, or I'd said it at least, that the Crooked Man, I think, was the guy I was going after. And I think that he was, it seemed like that's kind of what it was confirming at the end there in Duke's house. Because he was crying, like the Crooked Man was crying there, right beneath where Duke's body was hanging and all that. But then it seemed like the game was trying to say that Crooked Man was just this entity that would chase people around and all this stuff, But it seemed more like it was built up that the Crooked Man was Duke, and so it was, I don't know. It seemed weird to me that the game seemed almost to contradict it, or even if not contradict it, to offer some contrary evidence or dialogue or things like that. So it seemed odd to me. I don't know what their intent was, but it seems more likely that he was the Crooked Man. Like, I don't know. That just makes more sense to me. I think that at the ending with Shirley was kind of stupid too, because we know like almost nothing about Shirley, right? All that we really do know, or all that I can remember, was that flashback that we saw, where Shirley was shown to be kind of a dick, right? So it's like, and then she just shows up, and it's like, she did apologize, and she brought flowers and everything, and that's great. But David was just immediately crying for joy, and he went over and he's like, whatever hardships we face, we'll get through it together. And it's just like, really, David? So you are just still dependent on other people. Like, you still aren't showing, that you can be fine on your own. Just lurching into this, especially during this, like, tumultuous kind of bit of your life, or tumultuous? Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't like that romance kind of bit at the end. It just seemed, again, forced and not healthy between the two characters. And that, I feel like, was their way of being like, happy ending, aw, so sweet that she came back and he accepted it. But no, I feel like that was dumb. Maybe it's because I'm not as big a romantic, but, like, if we're just thinking about it realistically, it doesn't seem like a good ending. I mean, like, not good ending as far as the game goes, but just, like, between the two of them, it doesn't seem like that's a good thing, really. It just seems like it's going to, be... I don't see a reason, really, why I shouldn't assume that something bad will happen and they'll both be hurt again. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's me being cynical about relationships, too, because I know that I am that. I'm cynical about a lot of things. Yeah. Alright, so all in all, yeah, I'd say this is a fine game. Definitely not my thing, but I can see where people would enjoy it. I think the psychological aspect is interesting. It's just nothing, like, new and exciting to me, but I can definitely see where it would be to some people. I think that the gameplay, I think it could use some work. Like, I hated the Crooked Man parts, and I think some of the puzzles could have been better executed, because a lot of the game, most of the game was, you find this, you bring it here, in here you find this, you bring it here, in here you find this, you bring it here, and those aren't as fun to me. I would want more puzzles. And, like, even the thing at the hospital wasn't that hard a puzzle. It was, you look at the hints, and it's like a little riddle kind of thing, and you go to that spot and you find a thing. Like, that's not anything too big or too bad, too challenging, but it was still some of the most fun that I remember having. It was the most fun I think I had this session, so, yeah. Alright. I don't think I have anything more to say. Nothing else is really coming to mind. I guess the last thing I'll say is that, yes, this did say that there are other games in the series, Boogeyman, Hanged Man, things like that. Sandman, right? Were those three of them? And I think I do own them. I think when I bought Crooked Man, I actually bought the pack because it was, like, cheaper, or at least it was discounted. Not cheaper than, like, a standalone game, but yeah. But I don't know if I want to play them. Like, I did kind of buy the pack with the thought of mine, like, yeah, after this, because it's going to go so great, like, I'm going to love it, and people are going to watch it and love it, I was thinking I could play the others, but I'm not sure I want to at this point, Like, I didn't have a great time with this, and I'm not confident that the developer would create other things that I would love, It's kind of like when Telltale started to tick me off, that I kind of just dropped off from playing their games. And that's not to say I'll never do another one, or another one of these, but it doesn't seem like it's exactly my thing, and I'd rather, at least right now, just go and play other games, so... Let me know what you thought about this game in the comments below, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth, and let me know, too, your thoughts on my thoughts, you know? Let's have a little bit of a conversation here, that kind of thing. So, thank you guys for watching, and with that, we're calling it here.
Cue outro, go!